So I'm going to show you how I went about making a placemat today. I wanted a placemat that was waterproof, and I thought I had one around, but I couldn't find it. And I do have contact paper, frosted clear and printed contact paper. So I had this gift bag that I really have always admired, the painting by Thomas Kincaid on it. So what I did was I cut it apart and I covered a piece of it with the frosted contact paper, obviously on the front, and I just made printed contact paper on the back. I didn't take the time to really do it very neatly. You may be able to see the bubbles and the wrinkles because it's just going to be something that I use around here for myself, so it didn't really matter to me. But if you want to work on it, be careful, take your time, and do it carefully. Cut out the piece that you want to cover to make into a placemat, and then cut your backing piece out slightly larger than the piece that you're doing. Lay it down on top, press it down, contact paper is pretty forgiving. I didn't do that one straight enough. So my sides went off on me. There we go. Better. You can take a credit card or anything you want to help smooth it down once you have it in place where you want it to be. Just run the edge of the credit card over it. And then, because that's the back of it, you don't want this edge on here anymore. You want to trim it off. If this is just for you, you don't have to be terribly neat. If you're going to be giving it as a gift, try and be as accurate as you can. You can turn it over, again, work out whatever bubbles you may have there. Try and get it as smooth as you possibly can, using the edge of your credit card. And then grab your clear or frosted piece that you cut out. You definitely want this piece to be larger. Piece of contact to be larger and hanging over on all the sides, because when you put it down on here, you're going to end up folding these to the back. So again, you're just going to peel off the back paper backing on this, which really, to me, is the hardest part of the whole thing. Do not throw that paper out. You're going to need it in a second. Carefully lay this down on top of it so that you have contact paper hanging over on all four sides of your piece. there's a paper side of this, and there's like a wax paper side of this paper that you tore off. You want the wax paper side to go back over this so that it doesn't end up sticking to your table when you turn it over, which will make it easier for you to be able to see and work out any air bubbles that may be on your piece. You really want to work these air bubbles out before you fold your sides over. If you pick it up and angle it to the light, you may be able to see if there's any air bubbles there that you need to push out. Don't be nervous if you hear little popping sounds. That's just the air bubbles being pushed out. I still have one up here that needs to go. Okay, now that I've pushed out all the air bubbles, I'm going to take the paper backing off again. And I'm going to cut my corners. Out. I'm just cutting a line towards the corner edge and cutting that off. And then I'm going to take one side and as close to the edge as possible, this edge in here, get it to fold in. Take your handy dandy little credit card, smooth it down into place. Flip it around. Doesn't matter really, it truly doesn't. If you do opposite sides or if you do each side, it's however you want to do it. It's your piece. And that's why you clipped off those edges. You may have to clip it anyway again, in case anything's hanging over. Fold it over as tightly as you can to the edge. Use your credit card to smooth it down. Again, if you're going to make these as gifts, you want to do them much more neater than what I did. This is just going to be for me, so I don't care. There's a little piece hanging over here and a little piece hanging over here. I'm just going to snip it off. Check my other edge. Other edge is good. If I was giving this away, I would be much neater than this. Move it down. Get a nice tight seal. And there you have it. Another waterproof piece that can go down any place. You could have cut it out, made it smaller, made it like a coaster. I'm going to leave this one big so that it can go alongside this. because after I made this piece, I thought to myself how much nicer it would have been had I left it full size, and it would have been larger. But that's it. That's all there is to it.